Hello and welcome back everyone into this fifth video of C Plus Essential series. This fifth chapter is divided into 4 sections, so make sure that you check out all of them to understand the entire concept of variables. In this video, we're going to understand what sort of variables do we have and how do we handle them and what sort of data types are they used for. Okay, so let's start with understanding the outline of this entire video, the contents of this video. We're going to talk about C++ variables, how do you declare a variables, and basic points to remember. In the further videos, we're also going to see examples of program of how to use these different type of variables as well. The first part is what are the different variables which are there, which we use generally in C++. So there are essentially 5 of them which are used and which we use for declarations. We have the first one as int, okay, which stores integers. As it goes by the name int, it means it stores integers or whole numbers, and these are without decimal points. So it's going to be exact number, so it's going to be like 1 to 3 or minus 1 to 3. Okay, there is no decimal point after this. Then we have double. Double stores floating point numbers with decimal such as 19.99 or minus 19.99. You can have multiple decimal points after this, and that will change and that will make the entire double variable. Then we have char. Okay, so char is a single character, okay, which is stored. Either it can be like a single a, which is in small, or it can be a capital A as well. Or it can be a small b, or it can be a like a capital B as well. So everything which is a single character is stored in a char. Then we have strings. Now string is a very versatile tool or versatile variable in declaration where we store an entire string. Okay, so it can be like a hello world where you are storing the entire hello world into a single string, and you can store n number of variables. You can define that actually, and you can store large strings in a single variable. That's when and that's how we use string as a variable. And then we have bool. Now bool is actually for declaration of results. Maybe in case you are checking an input, or if you're evaluating something. In that case, if either the thing is either yes or either no, or either true or either false, that's when we use bool. Okay, so the only output that can go in bool is either yes or either no, or either true or either false. Okay, so that's why we have only 2 states in bool variable. Now let's how do you declaring a variable, how do you declare it? Okay, so the basic idea is very simple. You will tell firstly the type of the variable. Okay, we have seen the 5 types. You would select which type of variable it is, and then you would equal to it to a value. Okay, so in case you want to declare an integer, so you would say int, and then you would create a variable name which is going to be a, and then you would equal to it to a value. Okay, so where type is one of the C+ types such as int, and variable is a name of the variable such as x. Okay, so it's like a general formula for all of these things, and equal to sign is used to assign a value to a variable. To create a variable that should store a number, look at the example as follows. Okay, so in case you want to declare an integer, you would say int mynum equals to 15, where int is basically the type, variable is basically mynum, which is the name of the variable, and value is basically 15. So whenever wherever you write cout mynum, it's going to give you the value of 15 as an output. It's as simple as that, nothing complicated, and you can declare all the variables in such format. Just remember the golden rule over here: type variable equals to value. That's all you need to know, and you can declare any variable as you want. So let's have a quick revision of the key points that we saw in this entire video. You can declare variables without assigning the value. Okay, so it is not required to assign a value all the time. Okay, you can declare a variable without having any values as well. And also another thing is that if you assign a new value to an existing variable, it will override the previous value. Okay, so if I go back, okay, and if I say that if I have used int mynum equal to 15, and I write another line which I use for int mynum is equal to 25, the final value will be 25. You can overwrite. Okay, you can overwrite a variable by declaring it again in the program. Okay, that's the best part about it, because it is helpful for a lot of cases where you don't want to declare a variable again and again. You can just simply override the value. That saves a lot of memory as well. So that covers all the key points over here as well. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next part of this variables video, which is going to be displaying and declaring variables. Okay, till then I'll see you on in the next one. Till then, happy learning and peace.